Have you ever woken up in the morning and you have these big massive goals and you have some work lined up, you have to do work on this project and you check your phone and you're like, let's just check notifications. And you check notifications and you just keep checking notifications and the day just drifts. Like you of course afterwards you get to work, but you keep coming back to social media and these shallow tasks. If you ever felt that, you're not alone. I also feel this certain days, and it's quite common, especially. But the thing is, this is quite fixable with just the most simplest shit. You've heard it 1,000 times before. You know that that can fix it. But just because it's so boring, so plain, so simple, you're not ready to commit to it. It's about building an ideal schedule. It's not a schedule, it's an ideal schedule. The difference between a schedule is an ideal schedule is that an ideal schedule is what you're willing, the kind of basic schedule that you're willing to follow for the rest of your life, or for the most of your life, you'll follow it. That needs to include certain elements to make it consistent and sustainable. We'll talk about that in a moment, but let me ask you this. If you have a highly productive routine, right, which includes everything from work and proper breaks and everything like that, all those elements, and you just follow that, waking up early, sleeping at night, and you just follow that, do you think, like just like a robot, do you think within 2 to 3 years you'll be at a better place than you are right now? And this concept of making a schedule and following it like a robot is so powerful because 99% of the time, that's just the bottleneck for most people. I know it's for me. I don't know about you. It's maybe something else. But this needs to have certain core elements. If you understand these core elements, you'll be able to make a schedule for almost anyone. Of course, everybody has certain, you know, subjectiveness to what their schedule should be like. Maybe you're a 9 to 5 job, maybe you're a full time entrepreneur, maybe you're a student, maybe you're a student and you do a 9 to 5 job and you want to start entrepreneurship. So it has a lot of perspective to it. So you to understand, if you understand these 3 to 4 elements that I'm going to list right now, you'll be able to make a very highly sustainable long term daily routine that will give you, so if you just follow it like a robot, it will make you successful and also fulfilled than 99% of the people. The first element is scheduled deep block works. Especially like in the first thing you're going to do when you wake up is the most important tasks, and you have to schedule that. So as soon as you wake up, the most important task of your day, maybe if you're, let's suppose, a freelancer, maybe that's doing client work or sending cold emails. The most important part, the most important work that needs deep focus should be done, especially in the morning. Second element is deep rest. This is really crucial. Now, rest and recovery is different from just sleep. Sleep is different, of course, that needs to be extremely optimized as well, but moreover, it should be consistent. Like if you're sleeping one day, you're sleeping 6 hours, another day, you're sleeping like 9 hours, another day, you're sleeping like 3 hours. That's worse than just sleeping 7 hours a day. You have to have a consistent circadian rhythm. We're going to get to that, but recovery is not just sleep. It's throughout the day you need certain breaks and you have to have them. So basically, if you want to be really productive, what you want to have is you want to have blocks of things you do, like work, let's suppose. So you work for, let's say, if it's in the if it's really early, you just woke up, you can work for longer hours, versus if it's getting to night, because in the morning we have the most, we can perform at the most cognitive performance. So in the morning you can have, let's say, 90 minutes to 120 minutes. In the evening or in the afternoon you can have 60 to 90 minutes work blocks, and after that you can take a small break. Now breaks need to be extremely specific. If you start scrolling on social media, or if you do something highly engaging that gives dopamine to your brain, that's not a break, that's a momentum killer that will ruin your entire day. Breaks needs to be like what I call breaks. So I have my routine that I just made, like, today here, and I've specifically said after the daily routine, the break is either I'm walking, I'm prepping for my next task, or what is it, cleaning my desk slash room, etc. So these are major activities. Especially walking is the best kind of break. So either, going outside or just walking in your room. And right now I have a schedule. So in the top it's main work. So as soon as I wake up, it's deep work, then breakfast, then it's main study, so I have to study, then it's like a mix of working and study and also exercise. Now that was the second element, right? Recovery and rest. The third element is physical activity. You need, like, if you are in this space, you'll probably already, go to the gym or exercise. You need to be active regularly to perform at your best. And just having a scheduled time to just have daily activity, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to go to the gym every single day. You can go to the gym or do resistance training through 4 times a week, and the other days you can do something like jump rope, running, or what I do is I do shadow boxing, so it's basically boxing. So you have to, like, kind of, it basically needs to be cardiovascular activity. Now for the fourth element, this is for the long-term sustainability. What you need to do is you need to schedule a day in the week to reflect on the entire week. How was the entire week? You have to ask certain questions like, did you show up? How many days did you show up? What made you derail off your routine at a certain day? What can you do better? All these questions, you need to block up a time and ask those to yourself. Now this is really boring. This could be really boring. But if you genuinely follow a strict schedule, like a robot that you've made, that have all these elements. And also another element is you need to give time to socialize and everything. You have to properly give time to that as well. So you can go to ChatGPT and you can ask to rate your routine for sustainability and productivity and everything. He'll guide you. So that's how you use ChatGPT. Um, the point is, if you can follow this type of highly productive routine like a robot, it's just simple. It's so simple. You just have to follow it without even just ignoring the noise, ignoring the productivity hacks. Just follow this. You will genuinely have the most growth. You'll have so much growth that you can't handle that. And the great part about that, even after you have that growth, you can still just follow this, because this is supposed to be a sustainable but aggressive for growth strategy. And that's the beauty of routine. Like, I personally really like when I am, in a routine and following my routine. I'm disciplined and everything. It's not like I'm always disciplined. I've not been in a routine for a while now. About a year ago, I was in a proper routine. Now I've started again. This is my first day. So if you want to see, I have my routine over here. I hope you don't see my, it's right here. My room's a mess, so I hope you didn't see that. So yeah, that was all for today. If you have any thoughts about routine and everything, make sure you can comment. I'll be reading it.